My unhinged sister-in-law keeps on intentionally breaking my plates every time they are having dinner at my house, so I made her cry and served her dinner on a kid's plate. My husband and I have family dinners at our house every month or so with our family. I have some sets of fine china that I like to switch out between the seasons that I've inherited from my grandmother. When we have our get-togethers, I serve dinner on these plates. My mother-in-law compliments them every time. My sister-in-law, however, has made comments to me that they're not her style. I honestly didn't think twice about her comment about it until this past February when one of my plates was put in the sink, broken, chalked it up to an accident. In April, we had another dinner. This time, sister-in-law was carrying both her and her boyfriend's plates to the sink and accidentally dropped both. Again, no biggie at all. In May, she broke 2 more plates, and in June, she broke a plate and a cup. At this point, I was catching on. I brought up these concerns to my husband, and he brushed it off as accidents. I told my mom, and she said she thought my sister-in-law was doing it on purpose and got me a camera to put in my dining room. In July, we had dinner, and I had an opportunity arise. My mother-in-law, sister-in-law, and her boyfriend joined us for dinner. While our plates were still on the table, my mother-in-law asked how my plants were doing, and I said I'd show her. I told my husband to follow us outside so he could show her the plant he's growing, leaving sister-in-law alone with her boyfriend. When we came back inside 5 minutes later, her plate was broken. When they left, I pulled up the camera footage. I saw her stand up when we walked out and peek around the corner and then throw the plate on the ground. I kept this video to myself. That brings me to this past weekend. We had our family dinner and we were joined by my in-laws, sister-in-law and her boyfriend as well as my parents, siblings, and niece. I served everyone, saving evil sister-in-law for last. I brought her food out on a child's plate with a sippy cup and got the kids' silverware with the plastic handles. She looked at me confused and said, "I think you mixed my plate up with your niece's plate." And I said no. Niece's name is responsible enough to eat on a grown-up's plate. If you're going to act like a child in my home, I'm going to treat you like a child in my home. She tried to play coy, but I had my iPad ready and played the video to everyone at the table. She started sobbing, swiped the kid's plate off the table, and stormed out. My in-laws both apologized and offered to pay for replacement plates, but I told them not to worry about it. Despite this, we still had a nice time. When everyone left, my husband told me I was out of line and cruel. But I told him that this has been happening for months, and I've told him it was bothering me multiple times. It's Wednesday. He's still being a little cold to me, and I also got a text from my Sill's boyfriend asking me if I would apologize to her because I really embarrassed her. I sent him the video again, and he left me to read. My husband just called me to ask if I was taunting her boyfriend because his sister called him crying. I do feel bad that I embarrassed her. I spoke with their mom today, and she and my father-in-law have my back and that I should demand she pay for the plates. And if she doesn't, they would. But I'm not going to make anyone do that. I got them from my grandma, so they were special to me. Money can't help the sadness of not having them back. Frown.